1, 2. Hello everybody, this is Ominous for Responsible Gaming. We're doing a very fast review of Eldritch Moon and we're on red. And we're going straight in. Abandon Reason is an instant for 3 up to 2 target creature +1/+0 first strike until the end of turn and a madness of 2. Yeah, that's, I mean, it is not very hard to give +1/+0 to a creature and eat somebody with first strike. So if you can do 2, that's what we call a 2-for-1. I think you can pretty easily make that happen. So that's amazing. That's at least good. It costs a little bit, but it also has madness, which is a very nice added value. So I like it. Really like it, actually. Alchemist Greeting. That's a greeting, alright. 5 mana sorcery, 4 damage to a creature, madness 2. That's alright. That's cool. Madness is very nice added value over here. 5 mana for 4 damage, pretty darn bad, but begrudgingly playable. Madness though, very good. So yeah, it's better if you have madness, to be honest. Though I kind of really hate to play a 4 damage for 5 card. Though Throttle is -4/-4, right? But I don't love Throttle. I tolerate Throttle. 5/5 for 6. When it blocks or become blocked, 3 damage to a player, 3 damage to a creature. Yeah, that's cool. It's a rare, so gotta be cool. 8 mana, 3/4. 1 less for each instant sorcery in your graveyard. If you remove 3, that's gonna be for 5. Yeah. Prowess. Enters the battlefield. Discard your hand. Draw 3 cards. Okay, so you really better have it at the very end of your game. I don't even know if I want to play it. I'll probably try it because we need to try things, but I don't really like it. Ooh, the end of the coffee. Blood Mist. Enchantment. Beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control again, double strike until end turn. I don't really like it. I mean, yeah, I'm also thinking in terms of Seal 2-Headed Giant, and even with double strike, it's not always very easy to, unless you want to alpha strike, your big guy with double strike might still kind of get handled. If you have flyers, that's probably better. 1 creature against double strike for 4 forever. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's one of those cards where I feel like I don't think it's that fantastic, but you're always just gonna see like, oh well, look, this guy has double strike, and now I can handle with it. I'm dying, but you know, one of those where you actually don't really notice that sometimes it doesn't really do all that much, and you just kind of dismiss this or miss it. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm really aggressive, I might try it out. I don't love it. I don't even. Yeah, I like Stensia Bloodhall better, or I forget how it's called, Masquerade, the ones with first strike. And even though I like it, I don't even love it. So I haven't really loved like vampires or aggressive decks in Shadow either. I might not have the occasion to play them, but I haven't loved them. I don't know, it does stuff. You try it, especially if you like your vampires. And we got a Vampire Knight, the Blood Impaler. Bold Impaler, that makes a little bit more sense. It's a 1/2 Impaler though. +2/+0 for 3. Yeah, okay, that's kind of not fantastic. I don't know how much first strike synergies there is in vampires. I haven't seen that many. Yeah, I don't really love it. Oh, we gotta escalate in red. +3/+0 +3/+0 and first strike. That reminds me of a card that I created somewhat recently. So for 4 though, you get +3/+0 first strike, which is the cost. It's the same cost as you had the enchant that does +4/+0 first strike in Shadows, which tells me that this is not as good. First strike for a red or +3/+0 for a red, also not fantastic. because only first strike is hard to actually steal a card from this. You need to kind of trade to begin with to be able to eat a creature instead, and +3/+0, unless you have a big butt, it's not going to eat you a creature, and you're not supposed to have a big butt. So it kind of ends up being a 4 mana combat trick. So yeah, you know, it's probably serviceable if you want some combat tricks, but I don't really love it. I prefer like plus what's that, +2/+1 trample is already something that I think I like better, but yeah. 2, 3 for 3, wolf. Whenever he attacks, get +2/+0. Oh, there's lots of those now, eh? So it attacks as a 4/3 for 3, and it's a 2/3. Otherwise, sweet. Yeah, I haven't seen many wolves yet. Collective Defiance. Oh boy. Escalate for 1 colorless, so it's cost 3, 4, 5. Target creature, discard all the cards, then draw that many cards. 4 damage to a creature, 3 damage to an opponent. For 4, you can do 4 to a creature and 3 to an opponent. Sounds pretty sweet. And then you can throw in a colorless mana to build your hand back up. Which I don't really know when you're actually supposed to do this in limited. I mean, I guess in the late game if you have like 2 lands, but otherwise it's... I mean, either way, like, if you just start at 4 damage for 3, I'm already sold anyways, so 4 damage for 4 mana for 4 to a creature and 3 to an opponent, that sounds sweet. Deranged Whelp. Deranged Animals now, eh? 2/1 menace for 2. Sure, do it. Why not? 2/1 is not the very best ever, especially not in the format with a bunch of 1/1s, but it's got menace, so yeah. Wolves have a couple of synergies, especially in shadows, so that's cool. It's not fantastic though, just good. Distemper of the Blood, if you say so. +2/+2 trample until end of turn, sorcery, menace, 1 red. Yeah, I guess. I think I need like fair amount of madness. I mean, it's not like it's an instant speed, right? So +2/+2 trample, sorcery speed is actually pretty darn bad. So actually, it's actually maybe not the fantastic card, because you just basically need your madness, and you're never gonna have ensured like guaranteed madness. So 2/2 for 2 vampire, that's crazy. I still don't feel like I've seen many cards that says all vampires does X, so it's fantastic to have a 2/2 for 2 in red, but it's not like it's gonna get a 2/2, it's gonna be a 2/2 for strike or 3/3 or whatnot. So it's good. It's good. It's fine. I mean, again, I'm gonna be playing sealed, so I'm a little less interested in 2/2 for 2s. I'm actually a lot less interested in 2/2 for 2s personally, for 2-headed giant sealed. We got a Fury Blade Vampire, a 1/2 trample. Ugh. Beginning of your combat on your turn, you may discard a card. If you do, +3/+0. So it's going to be a 4/2 trample, which is kind of only fine. I kind of really dislike that you need to discard at the beginning of the combat. I think that's their way of nerfing it. Well, that's their way of preventing you from discarding 2 or 3 cards, but they could say do it only once a turn. But the problem is you won't be able to madness for instant surprise value, which sucks. And now all you have is a 4/2 trample that's going to trade and cost you a card. So it needs to be a madness. It needs to be a removal or a tempo card. So it's still not a bad card. Then again, I mean, it's a 1/2 in an aggro strategy that you need to keep discarding card for it to do anything. So you really need to be going in on madness. Again, there is more good madness cards, is there? I really like this guy. I mean, I like this guy. I really like this guy. So he might be. There was a couple good ones in Shadow. So I actually appreciate that I see more fair to good madness enablers in Eldritch Moon. I think that's a good thing, because in Shadow over Innistrad I felt like there was too few enablers. That being said, yeah, I don't know. I don't like the type of cards that just need the synergy to get going, and it's not busted when you have it, to be honest. Like, you have your 4/2 Trampler, so yeah, I don't know. I think I like a 2/2 flyer better. I don't know. It depends how good your tempo game is. Basically, this is a tempo card, I think, or it needs aggro tempo. Otherwise, it's a freaking 1/2. Galvanic Bombardment. X damage to target player, where X is 2 plus the number of cards. Yeah, sure. It's a shock. It's only hit creatures. It's a shock, then it's a lightning. If you have a bunch in your sealed, you're gonna be super happy, and that's a good tempo card. So yeah. Harmless Offering. So far, I still have no freaking idea what it is for. None. So far, my guess is there is some constructed strategy that they're pushing, or it's for the next set even. I have no idea. Yeah. Impetuous Devils. 6/1 Trample Haste. When they attack up to 1 target creature defending player control blocks this combat if able. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice them. So it's Ball Lightning that says one of your guys has to block. That is just weird. I don't like it, especially on an Intuitive Giant. Yeah. Incendiary Flow deals 3 damage to target creature player. If that creature that damage this way would die this turn, exile instead. It's a pretty good, whatever it's called, 3 damage for 2. It's sorcery speed though. Yeah, my bad. So it's not that fantastic. Still, like, you just play those. It's sort of a removal. We get a Madness card, it's another one. Attack each combat if able. 5/3 for 4. Listen, people like to play the 4/1 with Madness, and apparently they're having some reasonable success with it. Which also tells me that there might be more tempo than I think there is. So I'm assuming this is gonna be quite playable as well. Though I don't know what kind of impact the fact that it costs 4 has to the kind of tempo strategy. But it's a bunch bigger, so probably fine. It also has to attack, which kind of sucks for a 5/3, because now you really need the tempo. Otherwise you're just throwing a 5/3 into a 3/3 or a 3/2. But yeah. Make Mischief. 2/3 mana sorcery. Deals 1 damage to target creature player. Put a 1/1 red devil on token onto the battlefield. Yeah. Okay, so 1 damage and then 1 devil. Bleh. Don't really like it. Make Mischief, such a lame name too. The Tidy Desk is as good as an invitation. Everything is bad about this card, even the illustration I don't like. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't really like it. Well, look at this, we got a Mirror Ring Dragon. 4/5 flyer for 5, sold. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell that targets it, the player copies that spell for each other creature you control. Oh wow, okay, well, I don't think there's that many combat tricks, but if you ever get one going, it's fantastic. And I mean, there is some, so this card seems amazing. I'm assuming people are hoping this gets played and constructed. Cool. Now here's Wrath. I've seen that card. Discard X cards, and it deals X damage, which is the sum of all the committed mana cost to up to X target creatures. So creatures and or planeswalkers. Oh, it's creatures or planeswalkers. So you need to play this, discard 2 cards, and then you can target 2 things and deal X to them. I don't think it's fantastic in limited. It's going to cost you a lot of cards, and they're going to have to be actual cards, not just lands. Though you could discard a 5-drop in a land and deal 5 damage to 2 targets. I don't love it. I really don't love it. Otherworldly Outburst. This card looks gross. It's a tongue. Okay, it's a tongue. It's better than if something was getting in her mouth. Instant speed +1/+0 until end of turn. When that creature dies, put a 3/2. Okay. So you help one of your creatures to trade and you get paid back with a 3/2. You kind of need to play this on a creature that's not fantastic for it to be worth it. If you lose your like 4/4 or 3/4 or even maybe 3/3 and then you get a 3/2, I mean, I guess you killed their 3/2, so it basically replaces it. Basically, it's not good on something that's better than a 3/2. So if you have a 4/4 and now you need to lose your 4/4 to get a 3/2, that means you spent your 4/4 and a card on one of their 4/4s, and you got a 3. I don't know. Yeah. Oops. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably somewhat fine. It would be hilarious if you could copy this and have some good effect. That would be hilarious. Like Alpha Strike, trade 4 cards, or trade, let's say, 2 or 3 cards, get 3 creatures back. That's kind of funny. Ancient Creatures, haste 10, discard card, door card. Paying a card to transform one of your dudes into a Mad Prophet. I'm not sure. It's good that it gives haste to anybody for 1 red, I guess. It's maybe playable if you're looking for Madness Enablers. I don't love it. I sort of kind of don't like it at all, but begrudgingly, maybe. Escalate for 1, so it costs 3, 4, or 5. Target creatures target player control get trample. 2 damage to target creature, 1 damage to each creatures an opponent control. Yeah, I guess. So for 5 you can get trample to all your dudes, deal 1 damage to all of your opponent's creatures, plus 2 to one of them. It's weird though. It's kind of weird. It's an Alpha Strike card, of a weird kind. If they have lots of small creatures, that can be quite good. Yeah. If the game is going wide, that can be kind of cool. Shreds of Sanity. Return. In case you haven't noticed, dealing damage to all of your opponent's creatures kind of gives +1/+0 to all your creatures when they have trample, because they have less damage to do. So that's +2/+0 to a creature, +1/+1 to all your creature trample. Or yeah, trample is what makes it be +1/+1 and +2/+0. So it still costs 5 to +1/+1 to all your dudes and +2/+1 to 1. Yeah, it's not fantastic. Shreds of Sanity. Return up to 1 target instant card and up to 1 sorcery from your graveyard to your hand and discard a card. What? So you draw 2 and you spend 2? Yeah, well, that's kind of a constructed card, isn't it? I mean, I guess well, no. You can pay this, discard a land, and get a sorcery and an instant removal. So, you know, in a good deck that might be kind of good. But, yeah. Yeah, it might be kind of good if you have a good removal base in your deck. Spreading Flames, 7. 6 damage divided as you choose. Oof. Costs 7 though. 6 damage. When you pay 7, it's cool if you can destroy 4 small creatures, but it's not that relevant anymore. And at best you can destroy like a 4/3 and a 3/3. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a little less good than you think. 7 mana, dude. I mean, it's so flashy that I kind of really want to try it anyways, but I'm a little worried. You could like destroy a couple flyers and some utility creatures somewhere or something. I don't know. Yeah. 7? In Seal, it's easier to get to 7, so I don't know. You can pick it back with your Shreds of Sanity. And now we're talking about 12 damage. Sorcery for 3 deals damage to your opponent equals to the number of vampires you control to a card. There you go. Here's some vampires mana card. It's a weird one though. Target opponent only though. Ugh. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's kind of sad. You need to go all in the Rakdos vampire deck, I think, and then it's like sort of a finisher. Otherwise, nope. 3 mana for cantrip. I mean, yeah, it's weird. Like in sealed, that's fine, but in sealed, do you want to go full aggro? It's yeah. I don't know exactly how you make this work. 3 mana cantrip. Like how much damage to a player do you need from a 3 mana cantrip? And plus, I mean, it's not easy to get a lot of damage out of it. Like you need 3 vampires on the board for it to do 3 damage and cantrip, which is not good. No, it's like, I mean, it's to a player again. It's not like a lightning bolt. So it's like if you want this to be like 3 damage to a player cantrip, you need 3. Yeah, I don't love it. Don't actually like it. 3/3 for 4. Adjust the battlefield. Tap target land, and that land doesn't untap. That sounds quite fair. That can be pretty annoying. That being said, it's the first time this kind of effect happens, so we don't really know. But that sounds like that could be pretty darn annoying. You kind of just time walk your opponent, sort of, or you just tempo them out a bunch. Sounds cool. 3/2 for 3 trample. Sold. Whenever deals combat to a player, exile top card and you can play it. And it's got madness for added surprise value. Yeah, it's good. It's not magic, but it's good. This guy, Thermo Alchemist, 0/3 defender for 2, deals 1 damage to each opponent, which is 2 Intuitive Giant. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, untap him. Not nearly as good as Lobber Crew, which I loved. Lobber Crew was a 0/4 for 3, and it untapped. It did the same, defender, 1 damage to each opponent, and it untapped every time you play a multicolor spell, which was somewhat common. You didn't need to go full on instant and sorceries. You could just have creatures that are multicolored and instant sorceries that are multicolored, and it was amazing. And an 0/3, like I said before, doesn't block all that well. So I'd much rather pay 1 more and have an 0/4. Especially since it's really only good if it stays on the board forever. So an 0/4 can stay a little bit better. But it's still fun. It takes a little bit more for me to want to go full instant sorceries than this sort of thing. So I don't know if I would be to it actually. But I love the concept though. I love those guys, like defender deals damage every turn. Super sweet. Weaver of Lightning, 1 for reach. Another reach. Red card. Why? 3. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, 1 damage to target creature under opponent control. Weird all the freaking way. What the hell is that card about? It kills spirits. It destroys spirit. Oh my god. Yeah, why? Okay. You know. Lightning in a bottle, that's not where I need it. That's kind of fun. Yeah, the American Spirit is fantastical. Okay. Red, I don't really know how it works. It's got a couple good things. It's got a couple of vampires that are trying to convince you that vampires are cool. It's not where I would go. I mean, Red basically gets a bad rep in Two-Headed Giant for the pre-release anyways, most of the time. There is no, there's a couple wolves and no werewolves. That's pretty sad. Oh, I guess the werewolves are gonna be in the flip cards later on. Never mind. Yeah. My least favorite so far.